secrets down there in that bag.
We have 50 feet of rope. I think I can drop myself lower. Okay, I'm gonna jump onto the bag. Hunter, no! Hunter! Every hour that passes, the weaker we get.
If anyone called 911, they'd be here by now. What is it that Dan used to say? If you're scared of dying, don't be afraid to live.
Scott, you're in Las Vegas. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good, thank you. I'm in Los Angeles, so yeah, we're close by, and I like our posters. We've got mutual posters. This is good.
Right next door. What? Congratulations, man! What an incredible thriller. So I just wanted to say right off the bat how just incredible it was. How you could just make something so exciting with two girls standing on a tower 2,000 feet above. You pulled it off. I mean,
thank you. Thank you.
You know, so much. Our main character, Becky, she's going through a rock climbing tragedy, and it's about facing your fears, isn't it? The core of this movie.
Yeah, 100%. It's about. Look, I think there's a personal core in here that I really, I think is everything else is almost wrapped around, right? So Becky's journey and what Becky's been through. I think there's a lot of that today as well, in terms of like the last couple of years of trauma that we've all been through in various different directions. And I think, and she kind of shares that. And I think she really needs to find a way to climb out and climb up, as it were. And it's that kind of idea of finding the reason to live again and to live life the fullest. And I think that's what we wanted to kind of explore character-wise inside the kind of crazy theme park ride that was Fall.
And tell me about finding Grace and Virginia. Their chemistry was essential because they carried this entire film. Tell me about that moment when you found them together, they read lines together, and you said, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's spot on, you know, because that's exactly it. Like when I saw them together, so I met them separately. I met a bunch of actors separately over Zooms and things, and we talked about the script, and we talked about lots of things about height and making sure that no one was really truly too scared of going about doing this movie, given how we were planning to shoot it. So, but it was really when they read together, and I think there's about 10 actors essentially that we got it down to, and then I tried a bunch of different chemistry combinations to see how it all turned out. And when Grace and Ginny read together, it just completely came alive. It was so kind of certain that that was the right choice. And I think and really it's the first time. And my producers, hats off to my producers, James, Christian, and David, because they encourage getting the very best people rather than the obvious of kind of going for people who might not be the best for the part, but kind of might fit more into kind of the packaging of a movie. So I was graced with, no pun intended, the ability to pick the right people. And for me, yeah, when they did a chemistry read of two scenes, I just felt like these two seem like best friends, and they seem like they know each other intimately, and they are so kind of dynamically correct and balanced as Becky and Grace. That sorry, Becky and Grace, yeah, I'm sorry to Becky and Hunter. That it was it just came alive to me, and it was the first time when you write something, it doesn't feel real, right? But then when you see it and it's actually like that, it came to life. So I was thrilled to kind of that it worked out that well.
Well, we have B67 TV tower over 2,000 feet tall. I love how you have at the beginning of the movie, no trespassing, danger of death. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I tried to lay up as many of those hints of like, don't go through there, don't do this. It's constantly reminding you like, don't go through there. But yeah, danger of death couldn't be more clear, could it?
This movie really plays on our fear of heights and pending death from falling, because I don't have a fear of heights, I have a fear of falling. So
yeah.
I'm secure, I can look over something and feel, but up there, and you're on this platform, it's what? They spin the movie on like a 2-foot platform almost?
Yeah, it's really tiny, yeah. And it's strange. It's such a, it's a strange thing, right? It's like looking at what is behind the fear of falling and why we feel that way. I think that was the, that started the kernel of the idea really, and really taking that and making a full movie out of it really was the idea. So it is interesting. We got lucky kind of finding the tower that we featured in the film, like that they even existed. I didn't know until we went in this deep dive that these towers existed in the middle of the desert like this. So it was really interesting, and then I saw a video of someone going up there and changing a light bulb, and that for us, I remember I'm pretty sure John sent me the video and said something along the lines of, I think we found our location, and he showed me this thing of the guy doing the bulb. I was like, wow, that is so cool. And so we got very excited about it.
And also, your movie is a master a master's class in film editing. I mean, just think about it. You know, you just point the camera. I was counting some of your cuts sometimes, and I was like, wow. I mean, very Hitchcock of you to be cutting, 30 or 40 times. But you know what? It's just, it's very masterful.
Well, I give Rob Hall that credit. Rob Hall, the editor, he is, I've been lucky enough to work with Rob on a few films, and he is masterclass. And I think we all went into the film kind of with a way of, funny you say Hitchcock, because it was entirely like making a theatrical experience that makes people feel the right way. Like I probably misquote Hitchcock, but I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines that if you had a piano that could play the emotions, you wouldn't need film anymore. And I think, and that's what we went into. It's like, you want to feel this movie. So how do you go about that? And it's about kind of the editing ultimately is kind of how it plays, right? And the combination, what Rob did as well, is he was very thorough in the understanding of it's about the immersion and the experience. So it's about the combination of the visuals and the sound to make us feel there and present and give us that point of view. So there was a lot of kind of care in crafting that, and I think that takes you on that journey really well.
Well, remember what Hitchcock said about the definition of suspense, that if you have a couple sitting at a table and there's a bomb underneath, and the audience knows there's a bomb, but they don't. We know the ladder is falling apart, and they don't.
It's funny. I actually just I convinced myself to take it one step further, that to put in a trailer that the ladder breaks is a kind of is planting that level of suspense, because then on the first climb up that Becky goes to the top, I was thinking, I hope people have seen the trailer of the ladder breaks, because they'll think it breaks there, just like the bomb under the carriage. So it's a similar theory, but 100%, like play it, what the audience know and the characters don't. It's the core of it, right? So it's kind of eking that out, and Rob.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite cars of all time was the Bronco, and Hunter drives a full-size Bronco at the beginning of the film. Worth a fortune now, that. Those are worth a lot of money and sought out.
Well, interestingly, that's currently living outside my house because it's kind of still there. It's so if you want to buy it,
okay, I'll email you.
It's a lovely car, actually. It's lovely, but it's all. Well, I guess it's all trying to kind of paint a picture of a movie, right? Like, and saying that's Hunter's character who has that car. Like, it's totally Hunter's car. I remember we were very kind of careful to try and make those choices correct, that it just kind of bleeds all together into kind of being a truthful
personality perfectly. Yeah, adrenaline seeker, YouTuber. I mean, then she's driving a huge 35-year-old, four-wheeler. So yeah. God, man, this was incredible. I remember watching the trailer, thinking, I was, wedding myself, but after just an incredible, and I think this is going to be such a cult following. I mean, we're going to be studying this film for years to come. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Well, I hope so. Well, I keep saying, I've noticed, like, the bigger the screen, the more impactful it is, and I loved seeing it with audiences, really, and seeing the reaction of audiences has been wonderful. So I hope people get a chance to check it out for sure.
Well, congratulations, and let's talk again soon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, man. It's been great.